Dumela Vakayesu, Kunjani to my brothers and sisters in Botswana, South Africa, Makadini to my brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe, to my brothers and sisters in Zambia, mwashibukeni kali mwayikarashani bushikubwalelo. Nine muntu wenu na isana micherera, kamuleko sa awale sale pala. And to my brothers and sisters in Kenya, the rest of Africa, and indeed the diaspora, welcome. Today I'm just taking a walk in these nice woodlands. You know, if I show you where we are, you'll be thinking I am right in the middle of a forest somewhere. But hey, this is just somewhere where I live. And this is all surrounded by estate houses. This is just a nice place that has been reserved like this. But hey, before I crack on, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and smack that bell so that every time I post a video such as this, you'll be the first one to be notified. But hey, what are we talking about today? I said, well, last week I actually touched on some of the common procurement methods that are there in the construction industry. And I am fully aware that, you know what, these things don't actually happen in the real world. They don't happen like that. So today, what I thought I would do is probably share something that is more or less like my own experience and talk about how you could package your works. You know, if you remember in the traditional method of procurement, I actually talked about packages, and even the last one, that management contracting, I actually talked about packages. And I said this particular type of method is actually used on complex projects, but we can actually we can use that method to actually build our house back home in Zambia. But before I crack on, I think I would just like to say, you know what, when you are thinking of building, and this has actually happened to me, don't look at the overall construction bill that you will get from an architect or quantity surveyor when they say your house is going to cost 1.5 million, and you think, well, how am I going to do that? How am I going to build that? But this is why I am speaking to you today, and try and say you can actually break down your home, your building into packages. Now you ask me and you say, what do you mean by packages? What are you talking about? And I say, you know what? Packages, I think I did try to define that, but let me try and go a little bit deeper. Packages are closely related activities that can be grouped together in order to do your work efficiently, or in stages or in phases. So for instance, I will talk about packages such as groundworks, packages such as substructure, superstructure, roofing, plumbing, electrical works, etc., etc. But what I want to try and do today is basically try and be practical, walk through the process, assuming na mushtempanga, na mukwata ka plot, and you have actually gone to your architect and you have the building designed, and now you're thinking of building. And of course, you know how much it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you about 1.2 million, 1.5 million to build. But you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to build this in stages. So what is the best way to do this? And I say to you, the best way is actually break down the works into these closely related activities. So you get on site. Now, the first package that you can do is the groundworks. Now, you can do the groundworks together with the substructure. Because it's a house, so you could just say groundworks, substructure. Now, substructure will be the works up to your slab level. So what do you do? And what are the activities that are included in this? So the first activity that is included in this package will be site clearance. So you clear the site. The next thing that you do is, obviously, if it's a contractor that is doing the work for you, is setting out the works. Now, once you've set out the works, the next thing that you do is obviously your contractor comes back, or your contractor start digging the foundations. Now, you can't end there, because if you are going to do the setting out, you do the you dig the trenches for your foundations, and then you say, I'll come back next month or 2 months, you find that the dirt will go into the grounds. And again, you have to start digging and spending money. So the best thing that you could do, dig the foundations, do the footing. That's the best. About 200 mil by whatever the trench is, 600 of concrete with some reinforcement in there. Once you've done the footing, the next thing that you do, or the contractor will do, is actually build the block work. Now, the block work would be maybe solid blocks. These are just standard blocks that have been filled with concrete to give your building that strength. But again, it depends on what your architect or engineer has specified for your foundations. So once the brickwork is done, they will come in and do the backfilling. Once they've done the backfilling, they will do the compaction, and then you obviously go onto the slab. Now, you have actually done the first part. Now, these works can be done by your specialist up to the slab level. Now, once you've done the slab level, you can actually go out and say, well, I'll come back in 2 months, 3 months, whatever. The next package that you could do is the external envelope. This is the brickwork up to the roof level. Now, you can break this down again into bits, where you do the brickwork up to the window level, rest a bit depending on how much you have, or you can go all the way to the roof level. Now, the roof level should include the ring beam or the lintels, so that you can actually get right underneath, where somebody can just come back and do your roof. Now, once you finish that, again, that's a package. You can take a break and then come back a little bit later to come and finish it. So we've done the substructure. Then we've done now the superstructure, which is the brickwork up to roof level. The next package that you could look at is you could look at the roof. So that will include the trusses, anything to do with the roof covering. You can get your carpenters. That could be a package. Once you've done the roof, you can now start looking at plastering. You could look at plastering. But hey, before I actually talk about the brickwork, as you are building, you have to have the electrician coming through as well. The electrician coming in, putting the conduits as you build the blockwork, and so that you don't come back later on to come and start chipping the walls to put the conduit. So as you are putting up the conduit, as you're putting up the blockwork, you actually put in the conduits. There's a great way of doing this. I noticed when the last time I was doing some work in Zambia, well, guys are able to, they know what to do. Put the conduits without actually breaking them. I think they put they put the conduit pipe in between the blocks, but hey, they know what they're doing. So it's really important that you get the electrician at that particular time putting in the conduits. So I will end here, and I will continue next week in order for us to complete this process, go through the packages that you can actually package your building in order for you to build in phases. So today I've looked at the substructure and the activities that goes with that, and then you have the next level, which is the superstructure, which is the external envelope and internal block work, and then you get roof level, where you have the trusses and you've got the roof covering. It's really important. Once you've got that, the next stage that you have to do, obviously we will look at that in the next video. Now, if you have been blessed, if you think this is information worth sharing, please share this video, and please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and smack that bell. I hope to see you next week as we finish the stages that we'll be looking at as we build, and how we can, once we've done that, and some of the tactics, some of the things that we can look at in order for us to basically make sure that we have subcontracted, or we've agreed the packages properly with anyone that is doing the works for us. So I'll see you next week. God bless you.